Hey guys, it's Olivia and I'm back with another video. Throughout my 3 years of YouTube, I've done a sort of series called Blank is Weird or Blank are Weird, where I pick a topic and talk about why it's weird. And so this is just another addition to that playlist. So, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about why time zones are weird. But before we get into this week's video, be sure to subscribe to my channel because I make new videos every Monday. I make anywhere from topic videos like this to rant videos to how to make money online videos. And with all that being said, let's get into this week's video. So, there are various time zones. I do not know all the time zones, but for this video, I'm going to use Eastern time as one of my examples because that is the time zone that I live in. And I'm going to use Pacific time as an example just because that's one of the only other time zones that I know. So, this is why time zones are weird. Time zones make things confusing, especially when it comes to birth. Allow me to explain. So, Pacific time is 3 hours behind Eastern Standard Time. So if it's 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, then it is 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. And the reason why this is weird when we take birth into consideration is because let's say that I was born on January 24th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And let's say that you were born January 24th at 4 p.m. Pacific time, then you would think that, oh, you were born 3 hours before me. But no, we were born at the exact same time. Or let's say that I was born at 1 a.m. on January 25th, 1 a.m. Eastern time, and you were born at 10 p.m. Pacific time on January 24th, then your birthday is January 24th, and my birthday is January 25th. But we were born at the same time because 10 p.m. Pacific time is the same time as 1 a.m. Eastern time. So we would have different birthdays even though we were born at the exact same time. And to make it even weirder, let's say that one person was born at 12 a.m. January 1st Eastern time in the year 2019. And there was someone else who was born at 11 p.m. Pacific time on December 31st, 2018. So the person who was born December 31st at 11 p.m. Pacific time was born 1 hour after the person born at 1 a.m. Eastern time on January 1st. But that person's birthday is the day before. So it's like if you're born in a different time zone, you might be born before someone, but their birthday is a year before yours because they were born in a time zone that's 3 hours behind. So that person was born 1 hour after you, but their birthday is the year before yours because they were born in a different time zone. Do you see how confusing that is? Like even doing that math in my head to be like, okay, so that's 1 hour after, even though that's PM and that's AM and all that stuff. Like even doing that math was confusing. But that happens in real life. Like, you know how every year they're like, oh, this is the first baby born in the year. No, that's not the first baby born. That was the first baby born in this time zone. But there's another time zone where it's already 4 a.m. So yeah, that was the child born at 12:01 a.m. Eastern time. But what about the time zone that's ahead of Eastern time? You know what I mean? Like, let's say there was a baby born at 12:01 a.m. Central Time, which is 1 hour behind Eastern Time, and they're like, oh, this is the first baby born in the year. No, it's not, because in Eastern Time, it's already 1:01 a.m., and there have been so many babies born. So I don't know what the first time zone is. I don't know which time zone gets to tomorrow first, but whatever time zone that is, the first baby to be born at 12 a.m. in that time zone is the first baby born in the year. Even though for me, it's still the previous year, it doesn't matter. You can't wait till it's my time zone and then be like, that's the first baby born in the year, when in another time zone, it's already noon. Because in my time zone, it just hit midnight. But in another time zone, it's already noon, and you're going to say that that's the first baby born in the year? Like, maybe they truly mean that's the first baby born in this time zone for the year, but that's not what they ever say. They always say, this is the first baby born of the year, and that doesn't make sense because there's so many different time zones, and the year already started hours ago in a different time zone. So how could the baby born in, like, the 6th time zone be the first baby born of the year? That doesn't even make sense. So yeah, that's why time zones are weird and confusing. Like, I understand why they need to exist, because if they didn't, then in some places noon would be dark, and in other places noon would be bright. Like, if everywhere changed to Eastern time, then my 12 noon, the sun would be at its highest. But then on the opposite side of the world, it would be night. So then noon would become nighttime and midnight would become daytime if all the time zones were the same. But whatever. I understand why time zones need to exist, because the sun rises and sets differently as the earth rotates. So I understand why they are a thing, but they mess things up when it comes to birthdays, because somebody could be born hours after you, but their birthday is before yours. Or somebody could be born after you and their birthday is like the year before, because you were born early on the 1st of January and they were born late on the 31st of December, but they were actually born an hour after you, but because they're in a different time zone, their birthday is the day before yours. And it's so confusing. So it's a necessary thing because of the rising and setting of the sun. But when it comes to birthdays, it literally messes things up. So if I meet somebody born January 24th, born in a different time zone, like, we might technically not have the same birthday, because if they had been born in my time zone, maybe they would have been born January 23rd if their birthday was really late in their time zone and my time zone is before theirs. So like, if they were born at 11 p.m. in my time zone, maybe they would have been born 12 a.m. in my time zone, meaning their birthday would have been the day after instead of on the same day as mine. And so confusing. But once again, I understand why it needs to be a thing, but if you meet people born in a different time zone as you, which could happen if you travel or if you meet someone who has traveled to where you live, it's so confusing and so weird. So yeah, that's all for this week's video. Maybe you're just as confused as I am, to which now we can be confused together. I'm glad that I have shared this knowledge so that we can both be confused together. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you think your friends will enjoy it, be sure to share it with them. All my social media links will be down below in case you want to follow me on there. Be sure to subscribe to my channel because I make new videos every Monday, and I'll see you next Monday with a new video.